Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of the Dace Man Show. It is yours truly, the Dace Man, here, live from Montreal with my guest today, all the way from New York, Mr. Mike Payton.
All the way from New York.
You're actually like a neighbor right now, which is kind of weird. Well, you're a neighbor when I'm in New Jersey, too.
Yeah, you just went on, like, the opposite side of me is all you did.
I'll be driving through your state tomorrow, which is going to be fun.
Oh, stay away from New York City because it sucks driving there. Well, you're from Jersey. You're used to driving in shitty places.
Oh. And joining us from New Jersey, the Mr. Charismatic himself, Dan Ralph.
How you doing?
God, you are so charismatic.
Thank you for answering.
Gay! Also joining us from New Jersey, Mr. Brian Gibson.
Thank you. Hold the applause.
And all the way across the pond, Mr. Michael Burhan.
All I have to say is Dan's got a sexy voice. Seriously, he's got a voice.
Thank you.
He's got a voice for like sex.
You sound like you're from London.
Exactly.
Ooh, baby.
I think we should have a Dan Ralph sex line.
It's 1-800 get Dan Ralph a job. So we got a packed show for you today. Kind of a new segment we're throwing in there. We're going to kick it off with the weird world news. And coming in first, Detroit. It's currently bankrupt, and the city went ahead and approved renovations for the Red Wings arena. So thoughts on this, guys?
It's amazing.
I don't understand how someone's bankrupt, but yet they can continue to spend money.
Don't worry. They're just going to take all the pension money from all the hardworking citizens and say, fuck you.
Have they already done that?
Pretty much.
That's what they're doing right now.
I really feel like this is the beginning of a real-life RoboCop. I think Omnicorp is going to rush in there, and in our instance, Omnicorp will be Apple and buy the city. That's just my opinion on it.
We need to get ourselves some jobs at Omnicorp.
Absolutely. I want to be RoboCop.
Fine, I could be the evil bastard that you kill.
I shoot you out a window?
Yes.
Oh,
and I could come up with that huge monologue about killing Bob Orton because he made a mistake. And then just shoot me. I'm like, oh!
Woo! I like it. But remember, if you're ever in Detroit, it's a very, very scary place.
Danger zone!
Also in news this week, there's a Pakistani game show that offers to its winners babies as a prize. I was at work, and I'm going to share the story because I thought it was hilarious, and I was doing a presentation, and one of our guest hosts here emailed me this, and this link popped up across the bottom of the presentation that said, Pakistanis give away babies as game prize. I could not stop laughing and had to end my presentation with my friend across the room, but I thought it was hilarious. Brian, you're the one who presented this to me. What are your thoughts?
I cannot believe it. I think it is the funniest thing I've ever read. Like, my only thing is who in their right mind would want to win a baby?
Yeah, that's a terrible prize.
I'll do it.
It's
It'll cost you the rest of your life. Here you go.
Yeah. I mean, like,
you could be a slave.
And you didn't even have fun making it.
I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I didn't think it was that expensive to actually adopt a baby, and at least then you can choose what baby you want. I mean, in that case, you're just congratulating.
Yeah, the prize should be the ability to try to make a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Practice. We give away free practice sessions as a prize with this beautiful Pakistani woman.
A foxy Pakistani woman.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, how many T-shirts do you see out there that say "Game Over" after like a guy's holding a kid or getting married? I really cannot see the appeal to this prize. I'd be like, I don't want to go on that game show. I'll take the other one that like sticks up your ass, but I'm not doing that one. I don't want a baby. Fuck that.
Exactly. I mean, I don't. I when I read that, I was just in shock. I was like, who in their right mind actually thinks that's a prize? I still think that it's like they call in thinking it's a real game show, and then they go, congratulations, you have to take one of our young. And then we're like torture and actually winning.
We're overpopulated. Get rid of these little bastards. Take them.
Are you rich, man? You're rich? Don't worry, you can have 3, baby. Very nice. It has teeth and everything.
I'm kind of curious if that's how Brian ended up in the States. Like, he was a part of a game show. He's like, here, take this baby bird. He will blossom into a goose.
So do you think it's like retardbabies.com?
He's still on there as like the campaign child on the poster. Says, "Hey, adopt one of our kids and he'll look like this." And everybody's like, "Decline."
And then
What
just
type
one
of game
dumb
is
guy
this?
comes in the room and he's just like, "Here you go." Oh shit.
What'd you say, Dan?
What kind of a game is it?
I don't know. Hopefully it's Chutes and Ladders.
Yeah, it didn't actually say what the game was, but I know it was marketed towards Europe. Basically, Peach's family is in Europe. I'm not even sure exactly. I'm assuming you have to call in, because I don't know if they would actually fly to Pakistan.
God, that has to be like a customs nightmare as well. Like, are you bringing anything back with you? Yeah, a child. I didn't have it at first. I have to pay taxes on it. I just want it on a game show.
Have you had your eyes on your child the whole time, sir?
Yeah, I know.
Did anybody else dress your child before he came to you?
Do you have any perishables in your bag? Oh, just this child. I know I'm really pasty, but this child is really tad. We're clearly related. Oh, God. People in the world. Also, in weird world news, a disabled man claims that Delta Airlines forced him to crawl into a plane. Now, we've called out airports being douchebag of the week here on the show, and we've pretty much slammed the airlines in general. But to make a man crawl, Gibby, do you have any more updates on this?
That was another one of them that my jaw just hits the ground. Like I kind of question it because he came out to the pretty much the press about it. So I'm really questioning if the airlines just didn't meet his standards. So in his own mind, he just said, "F you, I'm just gonna basically cause a PR nightmare for you by just manually going and doing this." Because I mean, I find it weird that first off, none of the airline people would actually help him, like the pilot, all the what the heck are they? The air maids and stuff. Yeah, stewardess. I can't believe none of them would help him. Then I can't believe none of the actual people that are on the airplane would help him. Like, if I saw someone like that, I would clearly ask him if he needed any kind of help. So, I mean, I kind of question it, but I thought it was kind of an interesting story because...
I would point and laugh. I'll just stand there and go,
Exactly.
You're a dog.
The mental image I'm getting is, and I don't know if you all are Walking Dead fans here, the first episode where Rick goes by on a bike and sees that woman, like, crawling towards him, I picture that going down the entire walkway to the plane. When you tell me the story, this guy had to crawl onto a plane.
Great way. Yeah.
It's like my visual image is this guy struggling.
Yeah. I mean, even if you look at it, he said he said they even had to crawl across the tarmac and stuff. Like, I'm assuming it's one of them ones where you had to go, like, outside the actual airport and, like, walk up them stairs. So, like, I don't even know how you would, like, can you even imagine trying to climb the stairs to get into the plane?
It would be perfect if a guy just walks off the plane with his gun and just shoots him, like, "I'm sorry." Bow. Right on the runway, like, just end his misery. I
mean, the other thing it's kind of shocking, too, is that you would think, like, me especially, if I would have saw that, my phone would have been out taking a video of it.
I also like how none of us would help the guy. We would just look at him and watch him struggle and laugh at his misfortunes.
Okay, I would wear a cowboy hat and point at him, okay? Is that better?
That's more American, so yes.
Yes, I'm reenacting Walking Dead.
Yes.
There's a walker! Oh, it's a disabled dude.
Just start
There's a crawler!
Curb stomp his ass.
What? Whites win! Whites win! Bring yours up, everybody! Whites won again!
So that's our weird world news for the day. Do you guys have any other stories you want to throw out there? Some things that just dropped your jaw to the floor, or anything like that?
Yeah, there was this guy who was on vacation with his family. I believe it was somewhere in Greece or something. Mm-hmm. And while they were hanging out on the beach, they came across what is known as a hexapus. And what a hexapus is, it's basically like an octopus, only instead of having 8 legs with tentacles, it has 6 legs with tentacles. Now, the hexapus is an extremely rare breed of animal. Only one other documented case of being found has happened before in history, somewhere in the late 90s. So this guy finds it. And what he decides to do with it is take it to a local tavern where the first chef says, no, I will do nothing with it because it's too rare and precious of an animal. So he decides to kill it himself, grill it, and eat it with a side of lemon and tomato.
Well played.
Great.
And he was vacationing in Greece?
Yes, apparently this is like a yearly thing he does with his family. He takes them over there and they get an octopus and kill it and eat it.
Is he American?
I believe he is American.
Makes sense.
We need the America Fuck Yeah song.
Only someone from America would go over there, kill something that is rare and like a true beauty, and then eat it.
It don't matter if it's rare, we can cook it.
I'm going to cook it and make it not rare.
Whites win again.
It'll be medium rare.
So,
I've got something.
Sure.
Artificial human ear has been grown in a lab. And this is actually from the US. The scientists say they have moved a step closer into being able to grow a complete human ear from the patient's cells. In a new development in tissue engineering, they have grown a human-like ear from an animal tissue. The ear has flexibility. It's a real ear, say researchers in Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston. And the technique may one day be used to help people with missing or deformed outer ears, they believe.
Oh.
I want one on my penis.
This is going to be great news for Mick Foley.
Dude, they did it on South Park years ago.
Yeah,
I want a dick ear. I just want so I can hear what people are saying on my dick.
Why?
Because it's a dick ear.
Why does every joke that you have
ideally-
involve penises?
It'll give me like the excuse to take it out at parties because I've got an ear attached to it.
Gay!
Exactly. I'd never miss a chance to be gay.
Awesome. So if anybody out there has some weird news or want to chime in because we're getting ready to move on to sports news, remember you can call in at 760-512-7247. That's 760-512-7247. And you can join a part of this crazy conversation with penis ears and people killing squids and, Dan Ralph, who's so charismatic.
Sup?
Gay!
I swear, if he was any more like charismatic, I could see his heart stopping.
I didn't even know he was here.
Dan, when did you get here?
About 15 minutes ago.
Awesome. Well, let's move right into sports news. First story that comes to us this evening. During a Seattle Mariners game versus the Minnesota Twins game, a fan made it rain $6,000 all in once. Now, it turns out this happened to be for promotion for a 5K run going on in the area during the 7th inning, which actually stopped the game altogether. He basically made all those people in that stadium strippers, throwing his ones at him.
Well, if it was a 5K, shouldn't it have been $5,000?
You would think I would have done that if it made sense, but they're from Seattle, so...
Yeah.
So isn't it raining there all the time anyway?
Exactly.
Yep.
So they thought, look, everybody here's tired of rain. I don't want to do $5,000 for a 5K. I want to be weird and do $6,000. I want to know, how many people walked out with more than, $10, and if there was riots.
Yeah, really. I mean, to be honest, it actually worked. I mean, if I look more into it, and apparently it actually caused his, because it was basically promoting it through a website, and it actually had so many hits that it actually crashed their servers there.
They just wanted more money.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Give us more money. We're poor.
So the next story that we have going on, still in baseball, because that's really all I follow, and not other sports are up and running. Boston Red Sox David Ortiz went nuts in a dugout after an umpire call and striking out, destroying this phone that was in there. Meanwhile, one of his teammates is sitting right below the phone as he's swinging this bat, and David Ortiz has been in several home run derbies. He is a maniac, and he's swinging at full force. The crazy thing about it, the next day he went 4 for 4, and as a joke, he picked up a bat and mocked like he was going to beat the hell out of the phone again.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I mean, he was just having such a bad day that day, and then I've never seen a player go that fucking crazy in the duck. I mean, usually if they get kicked out of a game, but he didn't even get kicked out of the game, and he just blew up. I mean, he destroyed that phone, and all I keep thinking in my head is that whole like AT&T call the bullpen thing that the Phillies do. So I'm like, I wonder if that's the phone they call to the bullpen. How are they ever gonna call the? Do they have to? I know like it happened before where one side bullpen, like the phone doesn't work, so they force the other people not to be able to use their bullpen as well, and they have to do like all hand signals. So I'm like, I wonder if they have to do that in this game because one of their players destroyed the phone.
I can say now, hey, yo, Steve, we need a relief. Don't tip our hand. They're gonna know we're yelling about relief pitchers.
Could it also be the fact the way he goes, oh, sorry, got to take a call?
I think it's awesome that I found out about this story, too, from a girl who does not like baseball and is a huge hockey nut. She brought it to my attention. I had no idea it happened. And then Brian, or Gibby, sent me the link, and I was like, oh, God, we have to talk about this. This is big news. But speaking about relief pitchers, because we were talking about it a little bit earlier, for you Philly fans out there like myself, Jonathan Papelbon made some interesting comments about our team and the organization and the direction we're going, and not in a good light. He made it very clear he wants to win. He likes being in the organization, but if the organization doesn't improve, he wants to move on to greener pastures. Gibby, being a Phillies fan, what are your thoughts on this? Do you hate the guy now?
I've been saying they should just get rid of him. I mean, I didn't really like him that much as a relief pitcher. I mean, granted, he hasn't done us that bad, but I was Ruben. I would have started selling house, to be honest. I mean, he really, really needs to start getting prospects. I mean, he traded all our prospects away for basically that 2008 World Series, and ever since then he's been chasing to get back there, and he just consistently sells all our prospects off. And now we're stuck with a bunch of old people who, I mean, are good, but they're not going to really win you a championship. And he really just needs to sell house. And I was actually shocked that they didn't do anything today, especially being the last day for the trade deadline. So.
Oh yeah, that clock is ticking. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the last 4 hours.
No, it was over at 4 o'clock, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it's over. Yeah,
And he didn't make any moves?
He didn't make any moves. Like, everyone who we could have made trades with picked up somebody else, because pretty much everyone was like flocking to find people because of that whole what is that stupid scandal that happened with all the PEDs. So that everyone's flocking who is still on the hunt to get decent players to fill these players' spots, because they're basically all of them are getting 50-game suspensions except A-Rod, which they're really trying to hound on him with well over a year suspension.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it really sucks too, because he came out of the gate saying Chase is not available and neither is Cliff. And honestly, those two guys have been doing the best on the team next to Michael Young, which I'm surprised Michael Young didn't leave.
I can't believe they kept Chase, to be honest. Like, I would have got rid of it. Like, he's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I don't see him lasting more than a year and a half, 2 years, if at best. I mean, I would try and get something.
The rumor is they're working on an extension with him.
Yeah, and I already know it's probably going to be like a 10-year extension.
Yeah, the rumor is they're trying to work an extension out with him.
It's going to be 10-year, $200 billion, and he'll play 1 year and go out hurt. That's how it always happens.
The Ryan Howard deal?
Exactly. They constantly do it, and they keep giving these people who are so old such long contracts. It's ridiculous. For
sure. I think we've spent enough time on the Phillies fans out there for people who don't like baseball and people who don't like Philadelphia, which is most people. To move on to the number one in that division, the Atlanta Braves, Tim Hudson. Bad news for the Braves, man. Went down with a broken foot.
Oh, man, that video was disgusting.
I didn't watch it. I just heard it, and I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, it's almost like basic baseball, but then it was just like, it's a bang-bang play. I mean, you really can't blame the guy. But, man, was his foot in the wrong place at the wrong time.
For sure. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our sports news. time to head into the topic we normally gets everybody rocking and rolling and gets everybody, livens the mood a little bit. We're going to head into celebrity news.
Hold on to your butts.
So, going forward, the first thing, and he seems to make our show almost every week, and for somebody who got the biggest pass in his life, the biggest second chance, he's really not keeping low key. Zimmerman made the news again because he got pulled over in the state of Texas for speeding, and get this, he was packing heat.
Well, can you blame the guy? There's probably people all over the world giving him death threats and looking at him like they want to kill him.
Absolutely, but I mean, like, you think he would fly like low key because he's been in the news every week since the.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't all bad. One of the times he was in the news because he saved a family from a car fire.
Oh, for sure, and I think that's commendable too because, I don't think I'm that strong to pull something off like that. I'd try, but I wouldn't be able to pull it off. I just think it's a little weird that. Yeah, the PR.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird that for somebody who obviously has so much heat from the country and hell from the world, he seems to keep his face out there in the open, and he's in the public driving a pickup by himself. It's like, man, I would have expected him to fall off the grid and have a new name by now.
Got to keep that 15 minutes rolling, dude.
I was gonna say, some people just love the fame. I mean, it could just be one of them guys that just needs to be there 24/7, and he's just gonna ride it out till God knows when.
Hopefully he doesn't make it on our show next week because I'm kind of tired of talking about it.
I think everyone's tired of talking about Zimmerman. Even Zimmerman's tired of talking about himself.
I don't know.
He'll probably set another car on fire
exactly.
or something.
Dan Rapp, you've been pretty quiet since we called you gay. Are you okay? Need a hug?
That'd be
I'm
gay.
a little lonely.
You're a little lonely.
Hug.
God.
Wow, that is.
I don't know where to go with this one.
That's scary. He kind of.
Get your hand out of your pants.
Sorry. Back to the show. And moving on to the next topic, one of the top contenders on MasterChef had a bizarre, violent encounter with the cops in Chicago, telling them Gordon Ramsay is an asshole, who possessed his body and then transformed him into a god. I only put this in here because I actually followed the show and I seen the guy, and he looks like a hell of a cook. Like the way some of the stuff he's presented, I wouldn't know how to react to somebody telling me this news. Peyton, any thoughts?
I'm sorry, what was the news again?
A top contender on MasterChef had a bizarre, violent encounter with cops in Chicago, telling them that Gordon Ramsay's an asshole and he possessed his body to transform him into a god.
I needed you to repeat that because I thought that's what I heard. But I don't even know how to respond to that. It's just like a classic example of the crazy people we have in this world. And meanwhile, people are worried about absolutely the silliest things, and there's people like this walking the streets. Oh my gosh!
On TV, making money, and will probably end up running his own restaurant. It's
That's
crazy.
Scary. Just
Yeah.
imagine eating from him.
Yeah, right.
I wonder what's inside it.
He sits there and stares at you as you're eating your food. I am a god. Enjoy this meal. It's from the gods.
How would you like to come over for dinner? No, I mean, you kind of come over and be dinner.
And you've got to use the words, you fucking cunt, because he's possessed by a Gordon Ramsay, of course.
Piss off!
There
Meat
you
is
go.
so raw, it's on Mondays.
Womp.
Womp. Womp.
This chicken is so salty, it hunts demons with Sam and Dean.
In other celebrity news this week, Randy Travis, he just got out of the hospital today, so it's good to hear that he's back. He was having heart problems, stuff like that, so woo! Congrats, Randy Travis. A piece of news, I'm going to let Dan Ralph speak to this because he just kind of sent it over Facebook. Carlton Banks is now back on TV with a spelling bee game show, and he put the word thing after it. So, Dan, do you have anything to elaborate on this?
Well, it's this weird game show on ABC Family. And it's Carlton Banks. He's the host of this spelling bee thing, but it's more than just a spelling bee. You have to survive like this odd torture, like water being squirted in your face, your feet being electrocuted from the ground, and all kinds of weird fucking shit. And I really just don't understand the point of this game.
Gay! So we've only lost a season then.
I don't know. Does he dance? I mean, that would be the saving grace.
Well, he was dancing like Michael Jackson in the episode I saw.
We want to see him dance like Carlton Banks. We don't want to see him dance like Michael Jackson.
Nah, he doesn't dance like that.
Oh, well, fuck that show. I hope it gets pulled off the air relatively soon. And into our final piece of news tonight, and this comes from Gibby, hot off the presses. It was confirmed there's a new Rocky movie coming. Which,
yay!
This leads me into our topic for this evening. That's why I kind of rearranged the itinerary to put Celeb News last. The topic of the day, and I want to talk to you guys because I really want an opinion on this. When should a movie franchise be taken out back in Old Yellard? Has Rocky ran its course, or are you guys actually excited to see a new Rocky movie?
I haven't even seen the last one, to be honest.
I still haven't seen Rocky 4.
Rocky 4's good. It should have been left alone. I think it was a nice little end to the Rocky saga, so to speak. It doesn't need any more, but I can see why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want more money.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Benjamin.
When it comes to these franchises, we see this more and more as we move forward because people aren't original in Hollywood anymore. When should a franchise bow out? Just before we get into you guys' opinions, anyone who wants to call in, give us an opinion, tell us your franchise that you think should be shot a long time ago. And the number is 760-512-7247. Once again, all you listeners out there, 760-512-7247. And I'm going to kick it over to you, Dan. It'll also be another topic for the Dace Man's top 5 franchises that I truly believe are my favorite. But Dan, what franchise to you, Dan, do you think should have been taken out back and shot a long time ago?
Well, people are probably going to kill me for this, but the last Die Hard I thought was absolutely horrible.
Get off the show.
It was okay. I mean, I didn't think it was as good as the original 3, but...
Yeah, but it made you like it slightly less.
It's true. It didn't have the same integrity.
But...
I mean, there was no story. I don't remember him saying yippee-ki-yay more than once. And it was just car explosions. That was it.
That's the yippee-ki-yay thing, though. That's because if they say the fuck word more than once, then it gets rated as, what is it, R?
Surprise, motherfucker!
PG. But,
so, Gibby, since which franchise should have been taken out back and shot behind the shed?
Well, I mean, I think, I don't know. There's a lot of franchises I think are just kind of gone on for far too long. I mean, you guys might not like it, but I mean, I think Star Wars is a prime example where the original trilogy was so much better than what the hell they got now. And now the last 3 were not really that great, and now they're coming out with a 7th.
Yeah, I'm scared of this 7th.
I am so scared that they are going to destroy this franchise simply because they just want to make more and more and more to make more and more money. And I think it's mainly because of this whole superhero thing that's been going on and how they use these superheroes and they just keep making more and more and more of them. And then, X-Men's on God knows how many movies with God knows how many spin-offs that and they're just juggernauts in the box office. Like, I understand why they're doing it, but it's to the point where it's
well, I think the saving grace for Star Wars, at least, is that it's being taken under the wing of J.J. Abrams, who I think did a fantastic job with Star Trek.
Isn't it reported that he's not going to be doing it?
Yeah.
He backed out?
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least they have Disney money. So, Disney money.
Disney.
They have Disney money. So Disney money makes everything okay.
That's the thing that scares me the most.
For the younger crowd.
Like that.
No, Disney's done a great job with everything they've taken over. I mean, they brought the Muppets back, and it was awesome. They've been doing an excellent job with the Marvel movies.
I can't believe you're bringing the Muppets into a conversation with Star Wars.
The Muppets are amazing.
Yo, the
okay?
new Muppets movie was freaking awesome. Way better than the last Muppets movie we had.
What issue have you got with the Muppets? Come on, there's throwdown time.
I don't mind the Muppets. I just mind you throwing the Muppets, comparing it to Star Wars.
Because the Muppets is a franchise.
Well, in case you forgot, Yoda's a Muppet. So suck it.
I think Gibby's just butthurt over it because he kind of looks like a Muppet.
Hey.
Say waka waka waka. Make the fans at home happy.
Waka waka waka.
And you just scared the fans at home. Mike Payton, well, what franchise do you think should have been taken out back and shot?
Star Wars is one that you could say there just because of those 3 movies, but honestly, I think the franchise is savable. The previous Star Trek was the same thing. Star Trek was going down an ugly road once it turned over to the new generation, but it was saved. I think anything that was at that point where it had to be stopped has been pretty much saved, except for Terminator. Terminator needs to stop. The word is that they're making another one. My only high hope for it is that they're using basically the guy who is known for saving franchises. The Rock is likely to be in it. Dwayne Johnson for the uninitiated.
Are you serious? I love The Rock.
Oh God, I don't want him in everything. He's ruining my film viewing.
How is he making everything better? Why was he ruining anything?
I mean, I can see what you're saying.
And you're talking about his cousin and how hot she is. And standing there posting pics of himself in the gym every 5 minutes.
Well, you're the only one who thinks just because someone says someone is hot, it means sexual.
It's freaking weird.
You're the one who's talking about having a penis for an ear. Who are you to judge anyone for being weird?
Hey, penis ear should be copyrighted.
I thought it was an ear penis.
Well, vice versa. Could say, could say.
I guess that's true. I guess a penis ear would be an ear on your penis.
My bad. Mike Burhan, since you're so heated about the Terminator aspect, what franchise do you think should be shot and put to the...
Conan.
Oh, God, yeah.
Conan needs to die. Let it die. Why do we need Arnold Schwarzenegger and his bloody younger son? I know this is going to go wrong, and I can see this as... I was even joking with Brandon yesterday on Geek Speak about having Shia LaBeouf in it, because he always plays someone's kid in a movie or someone's upstart. He did the Wall Street movie, he did Transformers, he does everything. It's annoying. I just hope that they're not going to make it good. It's just going to be terrible.
That's actually a perfect segue, because my franchise I think should be shot is Transformers.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, that too.
That's another. Yeah, I'll admit that one.
I liked the first one. Second one was like, I'm still with you. Third one, it's like, die. Just die.
No, third one is, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. And, Sam, I can't act. That's the third movie. That's what I witnessed. I'm so glad I didn't buy it, and I happened to watch it on Netflix. It only took me 4 years or whatever it's been since it got out.
Wow.
I watched it in the cinema, and I cried. I cried because they took my money.
I would be in tears as well.
Scott,
we're
pretty butthurt about it.
So this, to me, we ran down our worst franchises that we thought would need to be put down. If you have an opinion and you want to run down a franchise, you think something should stop, and maybe one of the executives are listening to us and they'll plow through with it anyway, call into 760-512-7247. That's 760-512-7247. We would love to hear from you. We would love to know what your franchise is that you think should be put down. But until you guys call in, we're going to move into the top 5, which is, to me, the top 5 favorite franchises of all time.
South 5 for the big dog.
Okay, so when it comes to the Dace Man and his top 5 movie franchises, number 1 would have to be Star Wars. Regardless, good or bad, I've seen every single one. I've seen it in the theater multiple times, and they've taken the most money from me. Number 2 would have to be Die Hard. I love it. Regardless of what Dan Ralph says, he can keep going to Die Hard 23. I'll still go see it.
No, I hate you, dude. I love Die Hard. The fifth one was starting to push it.
Oh, I still enjoyed it. So,
It'd be so funny if they did like Die Hard 23 and John McClane is on a walker.
I'm okay with that.
No,
if that walker has like guns attached to it, I will pay money and go see it.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
He sounded like Bane. Okay, coming in at number 3, and I don't know if you guys are going to laugh at me, make fun of me, go, yeah, it's a great choice, but it's Police Academy. I can watch all those movies over and over again because it's a guilty pleasure.
Even the shit ones.
Even the shit ones. Even the ones with Gutenberg, I can still watch. Coming in at number 4, as always, Back to the Future. Love it. Christopher Lloyd, can't wait to meet him. He is amazing. And I guess I was really being loose base here, but in actuality, it is a franchise, and I'm going to have to go with the Avengers, which includes Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America. Altogether, just that entire franchise has blossomed to be a huge moneymaker, makes me go break the bank, and now I have a shitload of comic books because of this initiative that Disney and Marvel took. So
I'm going to say like the Marvel movies. I think that'll probably be the best one because
I didn't want to say that though because I don't want to include Ghost Rider.
No, but they're the Marvel movies, not the ones taken by other studios. Marvel studio movies. They're the ones produced by Marvel. Just like
I'll go with that then. Marvel, Disney. I think those guys have done fantastic. And even the X-Men ones, the first one, the second one, that third abomination we just ignore. I didn't mind Origins. I'm still excited to see the Wolverine. And just Marvel in general, I guess, is really great, except for Ghost Rider. Just go around the horn real quick. You don't have to give me 5, but give me your top your movie franchises. We'll start with you, Mr. Gibby.
I would definitely have to place the original trilogy of Star Wars in the top portion. I'd also have to agree with Avengers and Die Hard. Not so much in Police Academy. I would rather put. I actually enjoyed the Blade series. I don't know why.
You did?
Yeah, I did. It's a guilty pleasure. What can I say?
The third one was just terrible.
At least my guilty pleasure is funny. You chose like a movie that tried to be serious. Okay, I'm out.
Great. And I don't know. They're probably my top ones. I personally enjoyed the first 2 Transformers, which I know I'm gonna get yelled at by Peyton over there.
I'm gonna yell at you because that franchise killed
Bring it.
What? Why would I? What?
Well, since you left Peyton speechless, Peyton, what franchises would you contemplate as your top?
Well, Back to the Future is absolutely up there. I absolutely adored that series as a kid. I probably watched the 3 of those movies in a row at least a dozen times as a child. Another one I would throw out there that we haven't mentioned, and I can't say it's a perfect series, but I still like all the movies, and I think they're all watchable, and that's Jurassic Park. I think, like I said, all 3 movies, they're not all great. There's definitely a lot of faults you can nitpick on them. But the first one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. Second one, still pretty good. Third one, campy but watchable. It's fine.
For sure.
I would love to see it brought back. That's one of the few franchises I'm like, another movie could be cool, depending on who's working on it and the rumors of what's going on with the one coming out. Spielberg is still going to be at the helm, so that's great. And one franchise is sort of an unofficial franchise, but I'm going to call it a franchise anyway, and that's the late 90s Nick Cage franchise. And that consists of movies like The Rock and Face Off and Con Air.
Put the bunny down.
No, it's put the bunny back in the box.
That's it.
So, Mr. Burhan, what are some of the franchises at the top of your list?
I would have to actually say the 90s Nick Cage franchise. I love Nick Cage. He was so hot in the 90s. I mean, not hot as in sexy. I mean,
what is he?
He was awesome. But I would say Back to the Future, of course. That's one of my all-time favorites. My favorite line, Marty, you got to come back with me. I would say, to an extent, the Terminator franchise, if it's 1 and 2. The third one was atrocious, and I don't even know what the hell Salvation was about. RoboCop, I loved RoboCop 1 and 2. RoboCop 3, not so much.
I I didn't even think of that. That was a good choice.
I'm not looking forward to the reboot, though.
Neither am I. It doesn't have Red from that 70s show.
Because you're
Exactly. I loved him.
You're like Black RoboCop.
If he says surprise, motherfucker, I'm going to be turning that thing off. I swear. I'm going to whoop your ass. How many have I done? That's 3, isn't it? So I've got 2 more. I would say I enjoyed the Spider-Man trilogy. I know this is unpopular, but I did enjoy the Raimi ones, apart from 3, because he didn't give a shit. And the 5th one, I would have to go with Police Academy. I love Police Academy. I can watch that all day long. That's like a guilty pleasure of mine.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic franchise. So now going to Mr. Charismatic himself. Dan Raup, what are your favorite franchises?
Okay, well, I like most of what has been said so far, but to add to it, I love the Karate Kid. Except for the one where they had the girl as the main character. I didn't think that one was horrible.
Dan's sexist.
I don't know if
She was
anybody
a
saw
$1
that
baby when she got
sexist.
a brain hemorrhage.
Dan's sexist.
Yeah, what can I say? She's acting like a dude, but she's a chick. Okay,
It's 'cause
also...
she didn't have tits. Don't lie.
Yeah, she didn't.
Okay.
Alright, anyways. Also, Pirates of the Caribbean. I love that series.
I would have to add that to one of my lists that would need to die, because I think they're really, really stretching that series out.
I'm going to add Johnny Depp to my list because I'm tired of Jack Sparrow in every one of his frickin' movies.
Like,
are they going to be doing another Pirates of the Caribbean? I don't think they are they?
It's such a series that they just, like, are never going to let die, I don't think. Cause
it's a moneymaker.
Yeah, and he's great for the role. I mean, don't get me wrong, but... Oh my God!
Hello, Kimo
Shelby.
Yeah. Okay. Also, the first 2 Home Alones.
Ooh.
I could care less for the 3rd or 4th.
That's actually a good one. I
Good
forgot
one.
about those.
So did I. I like the 3rd one too. The chick was hot.
She was.
Hey, that's my mom.
Alright, now for the debatable one, Harry Potter.
Oh, that's great.
It's usually 50-50. It's either you really love it or you really hate it.
Well, the problem is, it really comes down to whether or not you read the books, because they kind of left a lot out from the books. If you didn't read the books, majority of people loved it, but if you read the books, you hate it.
No, I think the difference is if you're a book snob or if you're not a book snob, because if you've read the books and you're not a book snob, then you don't care that they left stuff out. You're just enjoying seeing the movies and the characters happening. I mean, if they tried to put everything in the books, those are long books. I mean, the first 2 are short, but the later books are huge, huge books. It's the same thing even with Lord of the Rings. I mean, look at all they had to try to fit in those movies, and they made them like 3.5-hour movies, and they still couldn't fit it all in there. So, Harry Potter had to be made even shorter because these are movies for kids with shorter attention spans. So it all makes sense to me. It's fine. I've read the books. I still highly enjoy the movies. I do agree with you slightly, though, that if you read the books, you may enjoy them more because of what they left out, because they rushed through those things so much. So if you read the books, you'll have a greater understanding of what's going on in front of you.
I agree with Peyton on that. Sometimes it's best just to take your hat off and just watch the damn movie.
So I got a question before we get back to Dan. Mike, have you ever, or Burhan, have you ever tried to run into one of those, like, columns at a train station?
Yeah.
I'm sure he has.
More than one. I never learned my lesson.
Dude, all the cool stuff happens in London.
Yeah, that's why I'm dying to come to the States, right?
Oh, good point.
You don't know about the people we've got running the country. They're a bunch of idiots.
Hey, sounds like the States.
So, Dan, do you have any more favorite franchises?
I'm trying to think.
I
like the rush hours. Yeah, you can all laugh. I still think it's
wow.
No, they're fun movies. I could agree with you.
They are.
Too bad they were actually managed
I was just not
douchebag.
expecting that. I was not expecting Rush Hour to come up.
Do we really need to talk about Brett Ratner, the dude who sodomized the X-Men?
Apparently Dan likes them.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, I'm not
Let's kill everyone
off.
off.
I still like them.
You know what? One franchise I'm surprised hasn't come up, and I'm wondering if everybody's going to go, oh, or like, dude, really, you brought that up? Lethal Weapon.
Dude, I was just about to say.
Oh, I love that.
It's been on for like
for
the entire past week.
Has it? Well,
Yeah.
I'm in Canada, so I have no idea.
I love it when he was stuffed up the toilet with a bomb strapped to him. He must have been shitting so hard.
So, any more franchises out there before we end the summit? End the subject and head into the douchebag of the week?
Just to put it out there, because WWE's been making it, Leprechaun. Because it's so bad.
That I actually like.
I did like
the
those.
original 3. I mean, they get
Him
crazy
alive! No!
Yeah, but the last couple, were, like the one in the hood, that one was stupid. One in outer space, I just didn't comprehend.
Wait, there wasn't one in the hood. There was 2 of them in the hood.
Oh, there was. Well, I only really watched. I only watched the original trilogy.
The second one was called Back to the Hood, like the number 2, the hood.
Oh,
that is fantastic. I didn't even think about horror franchises because I love Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th.
One of my favourites. Freddy vs. Jason, personal favourite of mine.
Halloween was a pretty good franchise as well.
What was?
Halloween?
Yeah, good point. All those horror franchises.
Maniac,
just make one.
Maniac Cop.
How about the Gremlins?
Personal favourite because of Bruce Campbell. Have to admit.
Bruce Campbell's a dick.
Whatchamacallit, the Robert Rodriguez zombie series, the Of the Deads.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Evil Dead.
Bruce Campbell is a dick.
Evil Dead. I'll Be a Darkness.
Oh, that was kind of loud.
I just realized that.
Fan. Look, just so you know, Dace, Burn Notice is ending this season, so you won't have to ever see Bruce Campbell again.
I know one that I like. I don't know how you guys.
He's
like
terrible.
It. But do you guys like the Bourne Identity series?
Oh,
T-minus the last one. T-minus that last one. That one was shit.
I never watched the last one. I was like, no, motherfuckers, you're not doing this to me. No Matt Damon, no money.
I like that series. That was actually a really good one.
Yeah, I can agree with those.
How about Resident Evil? That's another great one.
Yeah. You're losing me there, buddy.
What? Get out of here.
All the same.
Here's a cheap plug to throw in there. You missed the Capcom episode of I Got Gameplay, man. We talked about Resident Evil.
Yes. So you guys don't listen to I Got Gameplay? A plague on all your houses.
So thank you guys for your input, and that was the Dace Man's Top 5.
You sound like you're from London.
But that was not the clip.
South 5 for the big dog.
My bad. Clicked the wrong thing. So, heading into the next segment, we're going to go into, of course, a fan favorite and one that I get to vent on, and I can't wait to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the douchebag of the week.
You're a douchebag. Douchebag. Douchebag.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
He's disappeared.
I feel the anger.
Maybe you should be doing the douchebag of the week about the fact that he's not disconnecting.
Yeah.
Every time. It's going to become Montreal. That's what's going to happen.
He just had a heart attack, guys.
Maybe you could share the douchebag of the week between the two.
It's the stupid internet connection. It's like, oh, he's about to spew hate out of his mouth. Let's kick him off the internet. No.
Did you do the Darth Vader? No.
I saw that little death spin from Skype that tells you, like, look, you lost connection. And I was like, motherfucker.
I would have done the Darth Vader. No. Because of the point of it.
So
I would literally be on the floor and have people looking at me like I'm crazy.
God, it's a pain in the ass. And just to throw this out there before I get on my anger tirade, because I'll probably get kicked off again. Gibby just mentioned over Skype, James Bond was a good franchise.
I can't believe I forgot about them.
Yes or no? I think it should be killed off.
I will agree. The original ones are so much better than this goddamn blonde guy.
Daniel Craig?
Yeah, I don't like him as Bond at all, but I like the original series.
Fun. So, there's another franchise for you. And let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, the douchebag of the week.
You're a douchebag. Douchebag. Douchebag.
And this week's douchebag of the week is none other than Sydney Leathers. And we're piggybacking off last week's because Gibby was pretty pissed off with the city of New York. So Wiener, who's the mayor candidate for New York City,
he's a wiener.
His little squeeze is freaking sucking up all the internet that she possibly can, and it drives me nuts because I was looking for our celebrity news today, and I'm scrolling through, and every other story was about this bitch because she put her ass on the internet. Now I am sick and tired of these little tramps that sleep with somebody, gets 15 minutes of fame, and hang on for dear fucking life. Get a real job. Stop polluting the airwaves, and you're not even attractive. This bitch, she's got kind of like a weird face. She's not attractive. The guy you banged was not attractive. You cannot give him political advice to pull out of a race. If he wants to keep going, and because he's winning, let him fucking keep going.
Can we see it? Can we actually see a picture of her so we can all agree or disagree if she's unattractive?
Let me see if I can find a picture for her real quick. But
I think you should. But continue your rant.
Oh, no, that's pretty much all I got. Gibby, I know you've been following this story. What are your thoughts on this bitch?
I can't believe she's...
God.
Even they had the Wiener's head publicist even got in trouble for raging at this woman because exactly what you said. She is just blowing this entire thing. I mean, she's taken to another level just to stay in the media, and her 15 minutes of fame is going to last. But to be honest, it's kind of as long as Wiener stays in the race. I mean, if he drops out of the race, and she basically drops off the radar. You know what I mean? And I don't know if he's going to drop out of the race. I mean,
I wouldn't. He's winning. Why the hell would you drop off? And another thing that just pissed me off about this bitch, I went to Google, and I went to start typing in Sydney. She's the number 2 search. Like, really? Come on! You can't have, like, God, why? Why? What? Why? Anybody else hate this bitch? I think Dan posted a picture. What do you guys think?
Okay, let me have a look. Before I can make a statement. Is she a publicist?
She is, like, she got hit by a truck.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically an intern for him, and it's just crazy.
She's a cheap...
I love it. Oh, my God, she is disgusting.
Right? Right?
She should not be wearing a bathing suit. She needs to cover up.
Yet she's all over, like, Yahoo and TMZ.
She's wearing, like, a Muslim hijab or something to cover her fucking face. Seriously.
For sure.
It's actually kind of funny. I was looking up the article for this. It says, another blow for Wiener. It's brilliant.
Dude, he is, like, the press is, like, golden child just because of his last name.
Apparently, he's chosen to really miff the tribe of the New York Attorney General, as he got a SIPA problem, blah, 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 because he's fucking everybody. His campaign manager has quit in the wake of revelation about the mayoral candidate's online communications with a woman, according to a spokesman. And we've seen a picture of her because she's disgusting. She really should have been aborted. You know, it's never too late, parents. Just get a gun. You know, apparently you don't get put in jail for that. The move was first, and they're white, so that's a good thing. The move was first reported by I was joking, by the way, on that one. The move was first reported by New York Times late Saturday, confirmed NBC's Barbara Morgan in Wiener's press. I can't really take this guy seriously. Seriously. Danny Kadeem, 31, informed Wiener that he could no longer run the day-to-day operations after the mayoral hopeful admitted Tuesday that he continued.
Oh, no. Yeah, did you see the link that Dan just sent?
Oh my God.
This bitch is going to make it a porn.
This bitch is open to make a porn. Nobody wants to see your ass on a porn. God.
Oh my God.
What? But didn't we have an episode titled "Everybody Should Do Porn"?
An open letter to Sydney Leathers, please don't do porn. I think she needs to find Islam. I really do. Just so that she covers up.
Get that bitch a burqa. I am tired of this shit.
Yeah, seriously, she looks like a disaster. I would hit her with my car.
I wouldn't hit her with Wiener's wiener.
Well, he's desperate. What do you expect? That's
disgusting.
He's a sexy starved politician who gets nothing.
The title of it is "Please Don't Do Porn." I like that.
Apparently she wants to be the next Farrah Abraham, so she's going to be doing anal porn.
Oh, God. That bitch.
And, I hope she doesn't have any kids, who she's going to show it to when they get older for some weird fucking reason. Oh, dear. What are we going to do, Dace? I think we should do a campaign, a Twitter campaign, hashtag, put it back on.
I'm up for it. And then I'm sure
put it back on.
She probably has a Twitter account, so send it directly to her.
There you go.
I think we should do a campaign, guys. Anyone who's listening to the show, hashtag Sydney Levers, put it back on. Just saying, if she does porn, I'm going to probably be even more sick than I already am.
I'm going to spam the hell out of her. Stop taking your clothes off. It's disgusting. You should play Jabba the Hutt in Star Wars 7. Oh, God. She's not even that fat. You should play the guy that gets nailed by acid in the new RoboCop.
She should be RoboCop, just like her face and the robotic cybernetics.
Oh,
so we
God.
don't see the rest of her.
She should jump into a blender head first. God, I can't stand her.
I don't understand why unless people who really like ugly women porn, maybe that's the market she's going for. You know the guys who like the fat chick porn? Probably there. She's probably going to be in the fetish niche.
They don't even want her for that because she's really not that fat. She's an in-betweener that's... God, the Amish wouldn't even want her.
We don't want you, English.
You know it's bad when the Amish doesn't want you. Or don't want you. Because, oh my God, I'm looking at more pictures of her and I'm just getting angrier and angrier.
Are you saying electricity is bad because the Amish don't want it?
Oh, no, I think that's okay.
She's like electricity.
I think they would turn on a light bulb first before they turned on this girl. She is just, oh my God, she is disgusting.
I literally, if she was the last person on Earth, I would turn to bestiality.
She's the last person on Earth, I'd shoot myself.
And that back tattoo is grotesque.
Right? What the hell is it?
She's the unsexiest thing on the planet. What is it wrong with the media?
Well, I mean,
I think this person up.
We got people like Snooki walking this earth too, so I wouldn't go that far. But
I would rather bang Snooki than her. If I had a choice between the two, I would bang Snooki, but I'll probably cry afterwards because I'll be like, I can't believe I banged Snooki.
My freaking mom has the same bathing suit. What the hell is wrong with this shit?
Why?
You're welcome for that image. I'm just throwing that out.
Oh, dear God.
Look, it's disgusting.
Why did you have to share that piece of info?
Because that's what the woman makes me feel like when I look at her.
You and your mom have a very weird relationship going on, Dace. Hey, Mom, I know a whore that has the exact same bathing suit.
My freaking grandmom had curtains like that. It's disgusting. Not her vagina. We're not talking about her vagina, you pervert.
I don't want to know about someone's grandma's with JJ. I'm dying here.
You giggled and thought, oh my God, he's talking about curtains, and you're thinking about vagina. She's got the chipmunk face too.
Is that even her real name?
I hope not. I wouldn't care. It might not be.
Oh God.
That's probably her future porn name that she's trying to get going.
Yeah, Leathers. That's totally a porn name.
Yeah. God, I hate her.
I don't know what to say. She's just nasty. Please don't do porn.
He didn't even have sex with her? Is that what I'm reading?
No, they sexted.
Yeah, sexting.
He's showing his penis again.
He's getting in trouble for not putting his dick in her. Seriously?
Oh my God. That's why we have Snapchat. So everybody on this planet is guilty of sending their penis somewhere.
I sent my penis to a lot of people. Just saying.
Did you get one?
I got one. It had a top hat and a cup of tea.
I had two.
And it said I got gameplay on it.
It did. Promotion.
It's a promotional penis.
Oh, God.
You need to have those, don't you?
Well, I feel like we're winding down on this, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is the douchebag of the week.
You're a douchebag. Douchebag.
Please keep it on.
Hashtag please keep it on. We're going to get that trending. So now it's the time of the show where we start running down our plugs, and I'm going to start with the owner and creator of Mega Powers Radio, Mr. Mike Payton.
Well, first off, should I drop the bomb, or you want to do that yourself?
Okay, I'll drop the bomb, and we can do it together, not simultaneously, because that'd probably suck. I can't believe I forgot about this. Next week is a huge show for us, and we're hoping everybody tunes in live. We've got a special guest from USA Summer Camp, Chris Grant, and from what I've seen, I've been watching the show and catching up. He's the troublemaker, so I think that's going to be really awesome.
Yeah. So next week here is our first guest we're having on Mega Powers Radio. I'm pretty excited for it. It just kind of fell in my lap. I mean, if I was going out there looking for a specific guest, I don't know if I would be looking for someone from a reality series. But we're certainly appreciative of him giving his time to us. We're appreciative. I've been talking back and forth to his agents. They're really nice people. They've been very supportive and helpful through all this. I've talked to him a couple of times. Really cool dude. Excited to have him on here. He has a really interesting story to tell. He wants to talk about how he came up as a kid from the projects and grew up to become the first black guy on the first reality-based series on USA. So it's an exciting time for him, and it's an exciting time for us.
For sure. And I want to ask him if he tagged that girl in the first episode because she was smoking hot, and of course they voted her off.
Dumbass. Smoking hot ones.
Right? Dude, you know what? Like they do like underneath they tell you what they were. So like Chris Grant is the class clown. This girl that got voted off, I think her name was Megan. Her tag was the flirt. I'm like, that's what you bring to the table, and you got voted off. Like you did a terrible job.
I'm pretty sure all those girls were the flirts.
Yeah,
and all the guys too.
Yeah. So let's run down.
How you win fucking reality TV? Just flirt with a bunch of people.
Flirt, you got to get naked at some point, and I think you got to eat worms.
Yeah, worms is definitely a criteria. That's why I backed out of Big Brother 34.
It's so sad when you can predict what they have to do. It just becomes kind of crazy anymore.
For sure. So let's start running down our plugs, Mr. Payton.
Yes. So in other Mega Powers news, I'm excited to announce that my podcast, which is a wrestling podcast, will be joining the Mega Powers family. That show is called Keeping Kayfabe, and we are going to be airing on Thursday nights. That's tomorrow night is our first show here. It's going to be our 40th episode. We're going to be doing a match from 2003. It is the first time that John Cena and Daniel Bryan fought each other back when Daniel Bryan was still known as Bryan Danielson. It's confusing. Why would he switch his name around like that? But yeah, it's a before they were stars type thing. We're going to be taking a look at when they were really, really young and went against each other back in the day. We're also going to be reviewing Full Metal, the album, Volume 1, which is a bunch of wrestling themes. So we're going to be talking music, bunch of wrestling stuff going on. So if you're a fan of that, tune in Thursday nights, 9 p.m. here on blogtalkradio.com/megapowersradio. A couple other things I should probably push. Newbie TV, new-b.tv is a website where I make a bunch of original video game-related content. And, of course, I should also be one of the many people to push fanboysanonymous.com, where you can hear archived versions of this show, the Dace Man Show, as well as Geek Speak, another show I run here on Mega Powers Radio on Tuesday nights. I believe I Got Gameplay, which you'll hear Mike talking about a little bit, is also posted on there. And, of course, we all write fancy articles on there, too. My famous running series I have going right now is the hottest Jessica Nigri cosplays. So if you like beautiful blonde women in skimpy outfits that are related to nerd cultures, certainly check those articles out because they're pretty good, and they're also the #1 article on the website by a long shot. So
so jealous. I'm only at number 3.
It's not bad, man. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And that's all I got for now. Thank you.
Sweet. Let's move on to the always charismatic Dan Raup.
Sup?
That's what you're plugging? Is sup?
Yeah, I got nothing.
And moving on to Mr.
What happened to getting you a job? You just gave up on that? Just becoming unemployed for the rest of your life?
Start a sex line, so that's what we're getting.
He would do better business than that bitch Sydney. Just throwing that out there.
I think you should do porn, Dan.
# put it back on.
Ooh, I'm waiting for the offers.
All right,
I think you should. I think you should let you go to Brazzers and say, look, I can do a better sex tape. Let's do it now.
Wow.
Get it on. Let's get it on.
And moving on, Mr. Burhan. What do you got?
Okay. Basically, I'm doing this week's Sly Stallone week for Movie Files, 100 Movies in 100 Days. Did a little bit of sprucing up on the videos. They look pretty nice now. My first 2 reviews were Rhinestone and Judge Dredd. So, yeah, that was a shitfest. But we also have on Nerd Genius, which is youtube.com/TheNerdGenius. Check out loads of videos and stuff that I do, and loads of stuff that I'm doing from fanboysanonymous.com. If you go to www.fanboysanonymous.com, I write loads of articles and other stuff. I haven't written much as of late because I've just literally run myself to the ground, so I'm hoping to start that up again. Also, check out the debut, coming soon, of course, of This Job for Hire. I just got to basically get the edits back to Blip TV to make sure that they're okay with it, so that we can actually start the series off. It's going to debut on Blip and YouTube at the same time, so make sure you check it out for that, guys. And as always, I'm thinking of putting up a PayPal account on the site so we can actually start donating to products and bits and pieces. But stay tuned. Plus, I've got loads of other stuff coming up as well, including a formation of my own production company, which might be real by Friday. So hopefully the announcement of that might be happening on Friday. So stay tuned for all that. And also, make sure you check out all these sexy people on Mega Powers Radio and fanboysnumbers.com.
Yeah, I'm excited for your production company. Sounds fun.
Thank you.
Cool. Mr. Gibby.
Yep.
Anything?
We could do, let's see, fanboyanonymous.com and Mega Power Radios, I guess. I don't know.
Woo! We got the seal of approval from Gibby. Our lives are set.
That's right.
Shouldn't you promote your guitars? Because I like them a lot.
Right?
You probably get that joke all the time. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I just got that. Oh, I'm slow.
Sweet. So now it's time to roll into the Dace Man plugs. You can always follow me on Twitter at the Dace Man. I tweet randomly and retweet things that are probably inappropriate because it's fun. You can check me out, fanboysanonymous.com. I write articles. I've got the third highest article on the network. Woo! Nowhere close to Peyton's first. And you can check me out every Wednesday here, 8 p.m., Mega Powers Radio, where, like I said, next week we got a big guest. Myself, Mr. Gibby, have already been talking about things going on in the future that we're planning out because we've got some key dates that are coming up in the future, which I think we can do some nice, pretty cool shows with. Also, some of the plugs out there, you go to synergycomic.com. And the Sinformers podcast, they're proud to present their third annual charity event live on synergycomic.com. Abby's Clash for the Canines, the 24-hour-long video game marathon where they will be playing various games live on camera for 24 hours straight. This event is raising money for the West Jersey Volunteers for Animal Rescue Organization, and they will be streaming on synergycomic.com. Their dog Abby was nearly put down in a shelter in North Carolina due to severe overcrowding, and the West Jersey Volunteers Animal Shelter rescued her. So once again, please help them raise money for much-needed funds for the WJVA, which you can donate on synergycomic.com. For every $5 you donate, you will be entered into a drawing for awesome prizes. Trust me, I won the last 2 years, and they are pretty awesome. I got an autographed Daredevil comic from, I think, Kevin Smith, and I got the Evangeline series, which they're going to be making into a movie. I got that autographed by the creator. To donate before the event, you can contact any of the administrators, Sean Marlin, Victor Straub, Angela Still, or John Still, and help them hit the goal of $1,500. Again, that's synergycomic.com. Also, this Saturday, August 3rd, OTW returns. Yours truly will be in the ring, playing a savage, causing havoc, having fun, and getting the crowd behind them. Ha, ha, ha. Some of the scheduled matches are OTW Heavyweight Champion Mick Drake versus the Challenger Knuckles. OTW Tag Team Champion in a ladder match. Team No Limits, Chris Bourne and John Graber versus Team Mean Streak, Justin Pusser and Evil Eddie Hawkins. BJ Hardcandy will go one-on-one with the number one, Brian Johnson, and the OTW Classic Championship will be defended by Adam Flash Chandler versus Mighty Mo. Remember, the card is always subject to change. The start time, 7 p.m. Ticket prices, $5 for kids, $10 for adults. Contact them at 1-856-513-6901 or at oldtimewrestlinghelp@gmail.com. They're located in the Monroe Business Center at 1041 Glassboro Road, Building C, Suite 1 in Williamstown, New Jersey. You do not want to miss this show. Trust me, things will heat up as we get ready to kick off our 2013-2014 season. And that is all the plugs I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of my guests, Mr. Mike Payton, Mr. Michael Burhan, Dan Ralph, the Charismatic Enigma, Mr. Gibby, and yours truly, Chris, the Dace Man Dace. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Have a great day. Have a great tomorrow. Peace out, guys.